If you love European charm but want warm weather and no jet lag, Florida has a few surprises. In this video, I'm going to take you through the top places in Florida that look like Europe that you should put on your bucket list. The best part, no passport or 10-hour flight required. Let's get started. When you think of Florida, you might not think of Greece, but that's exactly what it feels like when you visit Alys Beach in the Florida Panhandle. This town is absolutely adorable, and it really reminds me of Greece and feels like you've stepped onto a luxury Greek island. Everything here is white. There's white walls, white courtyards, white towers, all glowing in the sun like a village along the coast of Greece. There's a variety of restaurants here, from fine dining to cute coffee shops, and I love coming here and getting a cold-pressed juice from a place called Raw and Juicy and just exploring the overall laid-back vibes of Alys Beach. I mean, how often is it that you get to see something like this in Florida? Alys Beach is located on the most pristine beach with crystal clear water, although the only way to visit the beach is to spend the night in the community. There's really nowhere else quite like Alys Beach in the state, and the uniqueness of the experience is why it lands on this list. Tucked away in Sarasota, the Ringling Museum transports you straight to Europe with its grand Venetian-style architecture and old-world charm. This property is huge, and I recommend visiting the Italian-style mansion, which has the most gorgeous Venetian Gothic architecture. You can tour the inside of the mansion for an additional cost, or just explore the outside. Then visit my favorite spot, which is the private art collection. It reminds me of the Louvre in France. This art collection rivals what you would find in a European gallery, with stunning art and large-scale masterpieces. When you're done with the art galleries, explore the beautiful gardens, statues, and architecture located in the courtyard right outside. They really look like they should belong in Florence or Rome. Finally, visit the Circus Museum, which is home to a 40,000-piece scale model replica of the Ringling Bros Barnum and Bailey Circus. It's not going to make you feel like you're in Europe, but it's still a fun thing to do while you're here at the Ringling Museum. Number 3, we have St. Augustine, located in Northeast Florida. St. Augustine will make you feel like you've stepped into Spain, with tons of Spanish influence in every corner. This is the kind of place where you can slow down, walk the cobblestone streets, and start to forget what century you're even in. There are so many things to do here. I highly recommend checking out Flagler College, which feels like going back in time, walking down St. George Street, where the Spanish balconies rise above the narrow alleys, and don't forget to head to Castillo de San Marcos, which is hundreds of years old and feels like a Spanish fortress on the sea. Finally, visit the National Shrine of Our Lady of La Leche, which is where you can see this giant cross on property. It was erected to symbolize the first Mass, conducted by the Spanish in 1565 in what would now become the modern-day United States. St. Augustine is romantic, historic, and feels like you've been transported somewhere along the Spanish coast. If you've always wanted to step into a slice of France and Italy without ever leaving Miami, put Vizcaya Museum and Gardens on your list. Here you will find grand Renaissance architecture, marble staircases, and lush European-style gardens overlooking Biscayne Bay. First, you're going to want to start off by exploring this Gilded Age mansion, which was built in the Italian Renaissance architecture style, reminiscent of European country estates. It is beautiful to walk around, and this room with all of these stained glass panels is definitely my favorite. Then head to the back of the villa and walk along the waterfront. This whole area gives me big Venice vibes, and I love this pastel green gazebo. Finally, explore the massive private gardens, which are a blend of formal Italian and French Renaissance styles. These are quite large, and it takes a while to walk around. If you want to get the full experience, I recommend budgeting at least 3 hours here to make the most of your time. Number 5, we have Tarpon Springs, located in the Tampa Bay area. Now, Tarpon Springs has one of the highest Greek populations in the entire USA, so the culture here is real, not recreated. I highly recommend visiting the historic Sponge Dock district, where blue and white boats line the harbor, Greek flags wave in the breeze, and the smell of fresh pita and honey pastries fill the air. Tarpon Springs is world famous for its sponges. People will go diving for sponges, and they've done this for over 100 years. Now, while you're walking around this town, there is so much Greek influence throughout, including the Greek translations on the road signs and various signs throughout, which I think is so nice. There's also a stunning Greek Orthodox church to visit while you're in town. Now, of course, we can't forget about the food. Hella's restaurant is the most popular restaurant here, and I highly recommend checking out the sweets counter. There's also Mykonos, which is incredible, and a variety of food markets where you can just wander around and explore Greek culture in Florida. Up next, we have the Flagler Museum, located in South Florida. This museum feels like stepping into a French chateau because the mansion on the property was inspired by the opulent architecture of Paris and the great halls of Europe. I've been to so many manor houses and palaces in Europe, and the Flagler Museum can definitely hold its own and does not disappoint. This place is incredible, and there are so many rooms to explore, around 75, and I mean it is 60,000 square feet. The whole mansion is filled with stunningly ornate decor, beautiful frescoes, marble columns, and opulent furnishings. My favorite part is always the gilded ceilings. They are so detailed and different in every room, and just so happen to be my favorite part of touring mansions in Europe as well. Don't forget to visit the pavilion adjacent to the mansion, which is designed in the style of a 19th century railway palace and houses Henry Flagler's private railcar. Number 7 is Bok Tower Gardens, located in Lake Wales, which feels like somewhere you would stumble upon in the hills of Tuscany or the countryside of southern France. This place is an enchanting hidden gem in Florida, and the centerpiece of the park is Bok Tower itself, which is built in the Gothic style, reminiscent of France. It houses a carillon, and it's played daily for guest enjoyment. Listen here. How beautiful is that? It definitely always helps to add to the European vibe. The gardens here are filled with lush landscapes, towering trees, and serene pathways that truly feel like a fairy tale. I also recommend exploring El Retiro, which is a historic 1930s mansion and was built in the style of Mediterranean countries like Spain, Italy, and France. I'm obsessed with all the little fountains and grottos here, and the whole area is very photogenic. There's also a gigantic kids' play area, museums, and places to eat at the entrance, making Bok Towers the perfect Florida day out when you want to experience some European vibes without a 10-hour flight. Okay, be honest, if I showed you this town, you would probably think it was somewhere in Europe, right? Our next stop on this list is Rosemary Beach, which is actually located in the Florida Panhandle. While this is a newer town compared to others on this list like St. Augustine, it really does feel like you've stepped into a small European town when visiting. I mean, look at these gas lamps, little pathways, water features, and beautiful balconies. It is calm and walkable and lined with cute little cafes and shops. Rosemary Beach is located on the water, and you can see great views from the boardwalk in town, but the only way to get down to the beach itself is to stay in town. There's something effortlessly European about the way it all flows together when you step into Rosemary Beach, the architecture, the atmosphere, even the way the light hits the walls in the afternoon. It feels so far away from Florida, more like the Mediterranean coast than the Panhandle, and that's all part of the fun. Number 9 is the Henry B. Plant Museum, located in Tampa, and it feels like you've stepped into medieval Spain. The Moorish architectural style with the minarets and the curved features was popular in 8th to 15th century Spain, and when you visit the country today, you can see the influences everywhere, just like at this museum in Florida. It used to be a hotel, but it's now part of the University of Tampa as well as a museum, and you can even go inside and explore. When you're done with the museum, make sure to enjoy the exterior of the building itself. This place is so beautiful and really doesn't feel like something you would find in the heart of downtown Tampa. When you're ready to say goodbye to Spain and return to Florida, I also recommend going out of the front of the building to enjoy the most incredible skyline views of Tampa Bay. Next, I'm gonna take you to visit Florida's very own Monaco, which is Palm Beach, and particularly the Worth Avenue area. The palm trees, water features, pink walls of climbing flowers, and small courtyards all give luxury European vibes, except this isn't the French Riviera or Monaco, this is Florida. My favorite area to see these European influences is to explore Worth Avenue, one of the most famous luxury shopping streets in the world. The architecture here is designed after Mediterranean countries such as France, Italy, and Spain, and this is apparent as soon as you start to walk around. I also highly recommend checking out the many vias, which are hidden pedestrian walkways branching off of Worth Avenue. Each one is different and they are all so stunning, and you truly do not feel like you're in the USA. While you're in the area, check out the Church of Bethsaida by the Sea, which was built in the French Gothic style and is truly beautiful to visit and looks like one of the finest European cathedrals. I've been to Europe many times, and Palm Beach really nails that chic summer Mediterranean vibe. Finally, we have Maclay Gardens State Park, which is located in Tallahassee. This place is incredible, and to me, it really feels like you're in Lake Como in Italy. I mean, tell me that this view with the reflecting pool and the lake in the background, surrounded by flowers, doesn't give Lake in Italy feelings. I'll also say that the gardens here rival some of the best that I've seen in Europe, and you're gonna want to make sure to visit between January and April when the flowers are blooming so you get the best experience. Now, of course, you can explore the gardens at any time of year, but it really is magical when the property is in full bloom. Maclay even has cobblestones like some of the European gardens and lots of statues and water features to explore. Maclay Gardens might not be Europe, but it captures that same graceful charm that makes you forget where you are, even if just for a moment. Okay, so who knew that Florida could look so much like Europe? These destinations prove that you don't have to go far to find gorgeous architecture, history, and art right here in the Sunshine State. Have you been to any of these places, or do you have another favorite in Florida that looks like Europe? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Make sure to share this video with someone who needs a European-inspired escape with no passport required. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.